So my predictions will be for Bitcoin only, because that's actually the only field in this field of blockchain that I'm interested in. And my prediction for 2022, so let me begin with my prediction for 2021. It was, I wrote on Twitter that I think in 2021, Lightning payments will take off, so that there will be a lot more Lightning payments. And it's interesting to see that this really has happened. So the Lightning network capacity has increased exponentially in the last year. And now there are about 3,000 Bitcoin in the Lightning network, which means the liquidity of Bitcoin has increased a lot, because the Lightning network allows small and fast transactions for really almost no cost. And this is very important for emerging countries like El Salvador, for instance, or countries in Africa or other Latin American countries, because people don't have a high income. And so they can only basically use the Lightning network, because Bitcoin on the blockchains itself sometimes has high transaction fees. So I predict that the Lightning network growth will be exponential in the future in 2022. We will see a lot of new business models also. So it will not only become more, Bitcoin is a great store of value, and most people know it as a store of value and use it as a tool for speculation. That's great. But on the other hand, I think that Bitcoin should also be a monetary network. That was the idea from Satoshi Nakamoto, peer-to-peer electronic cash. And with the Lightning network, we're getting there. And I think that there will be a network effect through the Lightning network, where more and more people will be able to adopt Bitcoin. And regarding the business models, there are already many tools for content creators now to be able to earn Bitcoin, so over Lightning. And I think that we will see a huge number of new revenue models and possibilities for content creators on the internet, which also are open for people globally. So this means I foresee the possibility for people in Africa or Latin America, Asia, to become basically online workers and earn Bitcoin directly. And I think this is going to be huge in the next years, and it will start to show next year. Another prediction is, I don't know if you heard some weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago, I think the Taproot software update was activated on the Bitcoin blockchain, which allows for more privacy on Bitcoin. It means that at the moment you can differentiate between Lightning payments. So when you send Bitcoin into the Lightning network, there are companies, they are doing analysis of the blockchain, and it will not be possible to differentiate these transactions anymore. A Lightning transaction or a cash out into Bitcoin will look like just a transaction between you and me, which is great for privacy. And the other advantage is now that the transactions can be made smaller, which means that the transaction fees will be lower and the efficiency of the Bitcoin blockchain is going to be higher, which is a very good, that's the good direction, Yeah, so another prediction I have is that maybe another country like El Salvador will adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Actually, I would hope that it doesn't need to be a legal tender in a country, Bitcoin was made to be an alternative for fiat money like euro, US dollars, and so forth. But that there might be another country that doesn't have its own currency, maybe Panama, Ecuador, they all have the US dollar, that they might start more adopting Bitcoin as a neutral money for their own sovereignty. So with Bitcoin, not only individuals like you and me can gain more self-sovereignty, also nation states can gain more self-sovereignty. And that's what El Salvador is trying to do at the moment. Yeah, and the last one I have. So another prediction, I think that inflation will increase. So everybody is telling us, oh, inflation is transitory. And suddenly they have to say, okay, no, it's not transitory. It will grow and we'll need to do something against it. And I think now in Europe, we have the fourth wave of the pandemic. So in Austria, for instance, there's just another lockdown. And I fear that also Germany might follow, which has a huge impact on the local economies. And I fear that we will see higher inflation. But on the other hand, people learn about this now and maybe choose Bitcoin because there can never be money supply inflation in Bitcoin.